and gentlemen, welcome into the Nat Bros podcast. This week, I am reacting to week 10 of the Chattown Fantasy League. Unfortunately, my beautiful co-host is not here today. That's just basically because it's a late night. I'm a little under the weather, and so the whole planning and everything, the whole fiasco is going on. But without any further ado, I'll just get right into it. That way we can kind of make it a short, sweet, beautiful day as best as I can. Current standings, currently. London Silly Nannies is at the top at a wonderful 8-2 record. Heartbeat is in second place at 7-3. Don't Take the Bate-man is at third place, also at 7-3. Better Than Scott is in fourth place, 6-4. Lamarvel Universe is in fifth place at 6-4. Schrute Farms in sixth place at 5-5. Back in the hot seat, yours truly, in seventh place, still at 5-5. The Waterboys in eighth place at 5-5. Scott's Tots making a comeback, might possibly make it into the playoffs, especially if I continue doing as poorly as I am doing. In ninth place at 3-7. Biggest Loser in 10th place at 3-7. Let's Ride in 11th place at 3-7. And the Leprechauns in 12th place at 2-8. So, average point difference this week was 26.41 points. And so, kind of, that seems to be about the average. Generally, we're in the 20s. Sometimes we'll have a spike week of like in the 30 and 40, and then sometimes we'll have a down week like around 17. And so, kind of varies and stuff like that. But yeah, this week was an interesting week, needless to say. So to get into the matchups and the useful points that were left on the bench. So, back in the hot seat, finally I won because I was on a 3-game losing streak. I didn't win by, well, in my mind, I didn't win by much. I definitely need some help in my own mind. But back in the hot seat, beat the Leprechauns 100.9 to 81.36. It would have been a really sad day if I hadn't won. That being said, I left 3.7 points on the bench. I should have started Isaiah Pacheco over Wan'Dale Robinson. The Leprechauns actually left 22.56 points on the bench. If he had started Derek Carr over Andy Dalton and Nico Collins over Zach Ertz, he would have been able to get the victory. It would have been 100.9 to 103.92. That being said, no one could have predicted that Zach Ertz would have had an injury that would have left him out of the game or would have kicked him out of the game. Second matchup, Scott's Tots beat Better Than Scott. I guess Better Than Scott is not Better Than Scott. It was 107.7 to 73.1. Scott, congrats. 3 in a row. You're just churning them out. Keep doing it, man. Scott's Tots left 12.3 points on the bench. Should have started Kadarius Toney over Amari Cooper. I was listening to the fantasy footballers earlier, and they were saying that basically if Amari Cooper is in, let's see, how do you describe this? If he's at home, he's great. He's like on average 20-some-odd point fantasy points. If he's away, on average, he gets 5 fantasy points. So good choice to not start Amari Cooper when he's starting against Buffalo this week. Just letting you know, Scott. Better Than Scott left 4.3 points on the bench. He should have started Michael Gallup over A.J. Brown. There's no way that would have happened. Would have never even thought about that. It's just that A.J. Brown just was basically removed from the game. Not because of injury or anything like that, but just it seemed like, I guess, the defense was able to lock in on him. Nevertheless, had Better Than Scott started everybody that he needed to, he still would not have been able to win. Still would have been 107.7 to 77.4. In our barely eked it out segment for the week, Biggest Loser, Schrute Farms took home the victory over Biggest Loser with a difference of 0.88 points. It was 69.64 to 68.76. Schrute Farms left 15.5 points on the bench. Should have started Donovan Peoples-Jones over Juju Smith-Schuster and Drake London over DJ Moore. Biggest Loser left 8 points on the bench. He should have started Darrell Henderson Jr. over Kenneth Gainwell. That's generally, I would have said that in the first place. I don't know why Biggest Loser decided to start Kenneth Gainwell. Probably would have been better to start Darrell Henderson Jr. just because he is the number one in Los Angeles. Kenneth Gainwell is behind Miles Sanders. That being said, if Biggest Loser had started his players, he would have won. Would have been 69.94, or I'm sorry, 69.64 to 76.76. And the biggest blowout of the week, Heartbeat takes down Don't Take the Bate-man with a point difference of 65.74. It was 156.54 to 90.8. Heartbeat left 12.2 points on the bench. Should have started Paris Campbell over David Montgomery. Never would have thought that, but just with Matt Ryan back, potentially Paris Campbell could be very useful. Seems to be very useful. Don't Take the Bate-man left 6.2 points on the bench. Should have started Isaiah McKenzie over Curtis Samuel and Latavius Murray over Cordero Patterson. But, again, not really something that would be done. Regardless, there's no way that Don't Take the Bate-man could have possibly beat Heartbeat. It still would have been 156.54 to 97. In the next matchup, London Silly Nannies takes down Let's Ride 97.3 to 58.94. London Silly Nannies left 7.1 points on the bench. Should have started Sammy Watkins over Cooper Kupp and Alexander Madison over Taysom Hill. Taysom Hill seems to be sucking royally over the past couple of weeks. I know he's done great things before. And with the Sammy Watkins over Cooper Kupp, here's the thing, London Silly Nannies, you are going to have to get a replacement for Cooper Kupp. I believe he is gone for the year, and the Rams just don't seem to be having any hope of anything happening for them. But, again, you would have never been able to know that he was going to get injured in the middle of the game. So, yeah. Let's Ride, you left 31.1 points on the bench. You could have started Jared Goff over Russell Wilson, Brian Robinson Jr. over Jerry Jeudy, Dalton Schultz over George Kittle, and Kyron Williams over Chase Claypool. If you had done that, you would have beaten London Silly Nannies 87.3 to 90.04. So, again, Let's Ride. I'm not sure why you're still playing Russell Wilson. He's not that great of a player. Also, Dalton Schultz seems to be doing a really great job now that he's back. And now that Dak is back. So think about playing him more. Because the thing is like with George Kittle, you're not sure who's going to get the wide receiver. You know that they're going to use the running backs like crazy. You know that CMC is going to get runs. You know that Eli Mitchell is going to get runs. As far as receiving options, you don't know if it's going to go to Debo. You don't know if it's going to go to Ayuk. You don't know if it's going to go to Kittle. So with Dalton Schultz, you could probably guarantee that he's going to get some points because it's pretty much him and CeeDee Lamb that are the main staples there in Dallas. Last matchup to get to, the Waterboys takes down Lamarvel Universe. 124.48 to 115.14. Waterboys had the best lineup that he could possibly put out there, so nicely done. Lamarvel Universe, you left 15.6 points on the bench. You should have started Tyler Higbee over Greg Dulcich, and Tyler Higbee is going to be great going forward for the Rams because that's pretty much all they've got, especially now that Kupp is gone. You should have started Marquez Valdes-Scantling over Brandon Ayuk. Again, with Ayuk, Debo, and George Kittle, like I was telling you guys earlier, it's going to be difficult knowing who's going to be receiving the brunt of the work. And then you should have started George Pickens over Dameon Pierce. I would never do that. I think Dameon Pierce is too much of a great talent. So I would probably still be putting him out there. But Lamarvel, you got to start getting it out there, man. You're on a 2-game losing streak. You got to start picking it back up, man. If you had started the right guys, you would have won. It would have been 124.48 to 130.74. So there were 4 teams in the matchups that could have won if they had started the guys that got the highest points. Matchups to look forward to this week. So first off, back in the hot seat is going up against Heartbeat. That's going to be an interesting one. I'm not too confident in myself against Heartbeat. I'm hoping, maybe, hopefully, possibly, that there could be some kind of victory. I'm hoping Heartbeat doesn't. Hoping his players don't blow up. He had, I think he had 3 of the top 5 players playing, and so hopefully that doesn't happen this week. A really good matchup to pay attention to is Scott's Tots versus London Silly Nannies. Just because Scott's Tots has had a resurgence, has been doing really well over the past couple of weeks. Also, better than Scott against Don't Take the Bate-man. This is third and fourth place in our league, fourth and third place in our league, and so interesting to see who comes out on top there. Then his biggest loser versus the Waterboys. Schrute Farms takes on the Leprechauns, and Lamarvel Universe takes on Let's Ride. I think if I had to guess, oh man, this is a tough one. I don't know. I think better than Scott might actually win against Don't Take the Bate-man. I think Scott's Tots has a chance to beat London Silly Nannies. Let me see. I think Arby's going to win. I'll be honest. I don't think I've got a chance. I've got a minor chance, but I need a lot of stuff to go my way. I need some major blowouts to happen for my team. I'll take the Waterboys over the biggest loser. Give me Schrute Farms over Leprechauns. And I think Lamarvel gets back in the win column against Let's Ride. I think. Guys who surprised me in a good way. I've got a couple of them circled. Justin Fields just seems to be knocking it out of the park. So Waterboys, well done picking him up. He's got a lot of rushing yards. Got touchdowns from running. And so hopefully he stays healthy the entire season, but definitely could be the thing that propels you into the playoffs and gets you a championship. The other one is Christian Watson. I am making a play for him. I'm hoping to get him just because it seems like potentially Green Bay could be digging themselves out of a hole, possibly. They still have a chance there in the North to possibly get into the wild cards. I don't think they'll be able to catch the Vikings, but they could definitely work on beating the Lions and the Bears to get that wild card spot. But yeah, Christian Watson, great day. So I'm definitely making a play on him. You guys will get this on Saturday, so we'll see what happens. Also, I am super happy about Jonathan Taylor. It seems like he could be back. I'm praying that Jeff Saturday continues to use him, utilize him, and work towards his skill set. That would be amazing. All right, guys, I'm worried about. I'm still concerned about Green Bay. I still don't think that they're doing as great as they could be. Even though Aaron Rodgers is still a really good quarterback, just not seeing it. The Los Angeles Rams losing Cooper Kupp really messed with them is really like a terrible thing, and I don't know if they're going to be able to recover. I think their season's just gone. I just don't think there's anything left for them to be able to do. From last weekend, Andrew actually went 7 of 13. He called 7 of the games correct. I only called 5 of them correct. So on the weeks that we've been doing it all together, we've guessed 26 games. He's gotten 17 of them right. I've gotten 13 of them right. So 4 games behind him. I'm going to interject with Andrew stuff whenever I get going.
What's up, everybody? This is future me coming to you, being added in to the episode in order to give you Andrew's picks for this week.
Bears at the Falcons. I think that the Bears are just going to be unstoppable. I really think that Justin Fields is going to continue doing great things, and so I will take the Bears winning over the Atlanta Falcons.
When it comes to the Bears and at the Falcons, Andrew has chosen the Bears. He does believe that the Bears will win this week. As it pertains to the Panthers and the Ravens, Andrew has also chosen the Ravens.
Give me the Ravens. I think the Ravens have really used this bye week to heal up, get things going, get things fixed up. I hope Mark Andrews is back out there because I have him on my team. It'd be really useful to have a great tight end out there. But with Gus Edwards and Lamar Jackson, I think that the Ravens will be able to get back on the winning side. The Browns and the Bills. I think the Bills will win.
Andrew has chosen the Bills. I think he also thinks there's a revenge or a comeback from the loss that the Bills had.
Josh Allen really needs to get some stuff together because there's been the past couple of weeks he's thrown interceptions in the red zone, and that's not good. So I think they've got to really work on getting that fixed and figuring out what is going on there and get that adjusted. But I think that they'll win this week. Commanders at Texans. Give me the Commanders. Commanders seem to be doing really well. That entire NFC East division seems to be doing great things. And plus, they are coming off of a great win against the Eagles. So that's kind of one of those kind of difficult to see them drop it off against the Texans. So I will take the Commanders.
Andrew has chosen the Commanders as well. With the Eagles at the Colts, Andrew has chosen the Eagles.
I'll take the Eagles. I think the Eagles are pissed that they lost to the Commanders. I think they'll come out and they will stomp on the Eagles or on the Colts a lot. Jets at the Patriots. This one's a tough one. I don't know. I'm going to say it's going to be very difficult for Zach Wilson and the Jets to go into Foxborough and win. So I am going to take the upset, quotation, upset. I'll take the Patriots over the Jets.
Andrew has chosen the Jets. That's where we differ. One of the ways that would differ. As far as the Rams at the Saints, Andrew has chosen the Rams. He believes the Rams are going to win.
Man, I did not realize these teams were doing this poorly. The LA Rams at 3-6 and the Saints at 3-7. Man, what a terrible season. Give me the Saints because they've got Chris Olave. Maybe they'll bench Andy Dalton and get Jameis Winston back in there. They got Chris Olave. They got Alvin Kamara. The Rams have nobody, exactly. So that being said, I think the Saints will win that one. The Lions at the Giants. I will take the Giants because they are 7-2 and they are rolling, and man, they are looking good.
Andrew has also chosen the Giants to win. Okay, with the Raiders at the Broncos. Andrew has chosen the Raiders.
You know what? Give me the Broncos. I'll take the Broncos over the Raiders.
The reason why he and I disagree is because
the Broncos defense.
And I think that being at home actually makes a difference. I don't think the Raiders are doing well. The Cowboys at the Vikings. Andrew has chosen the Vikings.
I will take the Vikings. I think the Vikings are rolling. They and the Eagles are now 8-1, and so I think that they'll just continue doing great things.
That one's going to be interesting. I think we both chose the Vikings. I think the biggest challenge is going to be whether their defense can slow down the Cowboys. The Cowboys seem to have a really powerful offense. We'll see what the Vikings are able to do. With the Bengals at the Steelers, Andrew's chosen the Bengals to win.
I will take the Bengals. I think they are coming off of a bye week, and I think that they'll be better. Get more Joe Mixon out there. Get more Tyler Boyd out there. I don't know if Jamar Chase is back. I don't think he is back, but I think that they'll be able to figure some things out, and I just don't trust the Steelers at all. The Chiefs at the Chargers, divisional game. Chiefs at 7-2, Chargers at 5-4. Man, yeah, give me the Chiefs. I think the Chiefs will win it again.
Andrew has also chosen the Chiefs to win. And with the 49ers at the Arizona Cardinals, Andrew has chosen the 49ers to win.
Give me the 49ers. I just don't think that there's anything that the Cardinals can do to stop them. So I think they're going to continue winning. And I think that with Seattle and San Francisco, Seattle's on bye this week. I think that San Francisco and Seattle will take that division. The Rams are just non-existent. The Cardinals are almost non-existent. So, yeah, give me the 49ers over the Cards. On the trading block, guys, trades need to happen today. You're getting this on Saturday, and so today is the deadline for those trades, so they must happen today. That being said, let me talk to you guys about this Lamarvel universe. Apparently, I don't know how to spell universe. That's funny. The Marvel Universe, the only reason why you're in here is just because you've lost 2 games in a row. I don't think that you're in a terrible position. But especially now that you've got Joe Mixon back from bye, and I would avoid, man. I would go and try and get rid of Brandon Ayuk. See if you can get somebody that's a little bit more stable, because Ayuk just doesn't seem to be able to maintain a high level of performance. But with Diggs and St. Brown and Damian Pierce and Joe Mixon. I mean, I think that you could make a resurgence pretty easily. Just me personally, I would definitely be going out to try and see if I could get somebody else for Brandon Ayuk. Maybe trade Brandon Ayuk and Raheem Mostert to see if you could get a much better wide receiver. So yeah, let's ride. I don't know why you're still riding with Russell Wilson. I know it's your name, but that's a terrible reason to do it. I would, and Najee Harris has not been doing much for you. I think your best bet might be to see if you could get something for Brian Robinson. See if you could trade something for him to get a couple other assurances because you do have Tyreek Hill when he comes back off of bye. I think that'll help you out for the rest of the I think he'll help you out for the rest of the year. And the same with Tyler Boyd. But at some point in time, Tyler Boyd may get relegated to the third string when Chase comes back. So that's kind of a challenging thing to have to bank on. And so if you trade Brian Robinson, see if you get another okay running back, and yeah, see if you can get another okay running back and a starting wide receiver. That would probably be the best. I don't really trust Jerry Jeudy. I think Jerry Jeudy is just non-existent. I think Courtland Sutton's the only one that's worthwhile in Denver. Leprechauns, you have lost 7 in a row. And so, I mean, you're relying on Andy Dalton, who isn't much. Kyler Murray, he might start doing some stuff, maybe. You just lost Zach Ertz. And so you do have Dallas Goedert, which is nice. And Terrace Marshall Jr., got A.J. Dillon. Man, Dalvin Cook's your shining spotlight for sure. But that's it. I mean, maybe T. Higgins. Maybe T. Higgins could also be starting lineup, just looking at it. The only good ones, Devontae Adams, Dalvin Cook, and that's kind of it. So what I would definitely do is I would definitely be seeing if I could ship off maybe see if you could ship off Kyler Murray for a couple of pieces. Maybe ship off T. Higgins for a couple of pieces. Kenyon Drake. You could talk to me about trading Kenyon Drake and maybe something else. Anyway, that's it for me. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your attention. If you are on YouTube, please click the subscribe button. Click the bell. That way you're notified when we post. I'm sure my co-host will be back next week. Click the like button. That way the algorithm knows that you're enjoying what we're putting out there. If you're listening on your podcast app, please subscribe. Leave us a 5-star review. And let us know how we're doing. Let us know what you want to hear more of and less of. That would be very useful. Again, like I said, hopefully next week my co-host will be back. So without him and without any further ado, I'm Nick. As always, you have an open invitation to our conversation, and I will see you guys next week. Bye-bye.